Have you been making offers on homes and you're losing out to multiple offer situations and you're getting frustrated because this is happening more and more? This is the perfect video for you. I'm going to be talking about losing your offer to another home buyer and multiple offer situations and what you can do as a potential home buyer to help you be successful with your offers and stop getting frustrated with getting offers rejected every single time. Now, one of the things that you want to start asking yourself, if you're running into this problem over and over again, you have to look at some of the factors that you can change and control in order to help change the outcome. One of the things I would look at is talking with your real estate agent to see, are they submitting the same offer over and over again? And what I mean by that is you might be giving them an idea of, hey, I want to offer X amount of dollars on this house, and maybe they're giving you some input as well. Hopefully they are. But all the other terms that are in the contract, are they just checking boxes and submitting the offer? Now, here's the thing. A lot of real estate agents that submit a lot of offers, they have these templates that are created within their systems. So that way they're literally just inputting a few bits of information. A lot of times their assistant may be the one inputting the information and then submitting the offer. So look at some of the factors that they can change, like maybe the contingency dates, maybe your close of escrow date. Look at some of the other items that you might be willing to cover or eliminate. A lot of times buyers will ask for home warranties. Typically sellers will pay the transfer tax. So look at some of the other costs that come along that maybe you're willing to take on, or don't ask the seller to pay that for you. But you want to look at some of these factors that you can control to make your offer a little more appealing to the seller. The second thing that you can do is make sure that your real estate agent is calling the listing agent up front. The real estate world is a very small community, and a lot of top producing realtors know each other. So if someone that is representing you knows the listing agent, make sure they're picking the phone up and they're having a conversation with them, because that little conversation alone could be the deal maker in you getting your offer accepted. If the other side knows that, hey, this buyer's agent that's representing you does great business, they never flake on their offers, they're really responsive, that might be something that could sway the seller to take your offer. Because I cannot tell you how many times I hear realtors complaining about other realtors because they don't communicate, they don't do their job properly, and one party leaves a lot of work to the other party to do, and it gets very frustrating. So little things like that could help get your offer accepted. And that's why it's always important that you're working with a good realtor that knows how to navigate the market. Working with someone that doesn't have experience may not always be the best case, but sometimes they actually will go above and beyond for you. So ask those types of questions up front. How do you navigate this market? How are you getting your other clients' offers accepted? And see what they have to tell you, because that's going to help you understand, are they creative, or do they just not have the experience in order to get deals done today? And now, if you know that, well, now you've got a decision to make. Do you want to keep going down the same path and getting frustrated, or do you find a realtor who really knows how to negotiate or knows how to navigate the market to get your offer accepted? Because nothing is worse than you as a buyer getting excited, getting qualified, going through that process and being ready to purchase, only to get let down during the buying process because bad realtors representing you and not able to get that deal done for you. And then you end up being a renter again for another 6 months or a year or however long you sign a lease agreement for. Now, the third thing that you can do is making sure that your loan officer is also calling the listing agent up front. This is a practice that my team, we do religiously on every single offer that's made. We demand that our real estate partners copy us on every single offer, because someone on our team will reach out to the listing agent and let them know that we have verified their income, we've verified their assets, we have an approval, and we are responsive as a lender. And again, it's all perception. So when I'm calling a listing agent and they know that I'm a good lender because I've been doing loans for 15 plus years, they know that we deliver, they know that we're going to get the job done, and the fact that we are being proactive by making this phone call to the listing agent, it looks really good on our client's offer. And these are the things that a good loan officer should be doing for you. And this is why I always talk about, make sure when you're shopping around for a lender, shop around for someone who's got great strategies, who's got great business practices, and has great reviews online. Shopping for someone who's got the lowest interest rate means absolutely nothing, because I can tell you this, in the multiple offer situation, let's say you got a rate that's at 6%, 5%. Significantly lower than what the market bears today. But if you can't get your offer accepted because the sellers don't like your bank, the sellers don't like the way your offer is presented, does that 5% really matter anymore? It doesn't, because you can't get your offer accepted. So this is why you want to make sure that you're working with a good realtor and loan officer that knows how to get your deal accepted. This is the most important thing, because again, if you can't get your offer accepted, Doesn't matter what interest rate you have, you can't even get your foot in the door in a new home. And strategy number 4, this is something that we're doing with all of our clients right now, is we are submitting all of our files for a TBD approval. Now, this basically means that we get the file in front of an underwriter. They do the underwrite on the file with the exception of the property. So what this does is it speeds up the entire process on the back end once we do get an offer accepted. We can typically close a contract in a couple of weeks because we've already done probably 80% of all the legwork at this point. So this is also something that coincides with part number 1, where I mentioned that you can change some of the contingency dates to shorten them up, make your offer look a lot sweeter, because again, the seller wants to close on this house. They want their money so they can move on and go buy another property or move on into whatever they decide to do with all their proceeds of the home. So you want to make sure that you're appealing to the seller. This would be a great question to ask your loan officer. Do you folks offer TBD approvals? Is this something that you're offering right now? Because I can tell you, not all lenders want to go through this process because it is more work for the loan officer up front. It's not a ton of work, but if they don't have a team or they just don't have the infrastructure in place, they won't do it. Or sometimes banks won't allow it because, again, it's putting more work upon their processing team and underwriting team to underwrite these files that may not ever close. Or you as a buyer, you may say, I don't even want to buy a house anymore. So now they're doing more work without the outcome that they're all hoping for. However, my team, this is something we do right now because we understand that the market is shifting and we're starting to see a lot more competition, and I want to help you get into your home. And now before we talk about point number 5, we've covered what can you do with your agent up front. You can rewrite the offer, get a little more creative. Is your real estate agent and your lender communicating to the listing agent up front? Are they having those conversations? Are they helping you sell the deal so that way they can get your offer accepted? And then also making sure that your lender is also submitting your file for a TBD. Now, last but not least, you also have to look at yourself as the buyer. Are you being realistic with your home purchase? Sometimes that's a question that you really have to ask yourself. I've seen clients in this market offer $100,000, $130,000 under the asking price. And I can tell you that person is not being realistic. And I can tell you right now that offer will not get accepted. This buyer has already written about 5 offers, and I can tell you every single one has gotten rejected. But this is where the buyer's agent has to have that coming to Jesus talk with this buyer, or else they're going to continue writing these offers and we're going to get the same result. So if we don't change any of the 4 things that I mentioned up front, I can guarantee you this person won't get into contract on a home until they get realistic about what they're offering. Because here's the thing, most people in real estate own rental property, and most people would love to buy another home. And I can tell you, if I could offer $150,000 less on any property and I could get it accepted, we would do that all day long because you would just flip the house and you'd make money on the deal. So just coming in off the top that low on an offer, it's going to make it really, really challenging to get that offer accepted. So make sure that you are being realistic with your offer, because at the end of the day, you're just going to be wasting your time and you're wasting the realtor's time. And I can tell you, both of you are going to get frustrated. One, because your offer is getting rejected, and that realtor is going to get tired of writing those offers over and over only to get rejected. Now, most agents that will take that type of client on probably don't have a ton of other business, and that's why they're willing to write offers that significantly low. But I can tell you, any top producing realtor is going to have that serious talk with that client, and they're going to let them know that this is just not feasible in this market. This is not the market that we're in to offer literally 40% under list price. Every house flipper in the country would be all over that house if that was doable. So make sure that you take into account what you can control, whether it's having conversations with your real estate agent, having conversations with your loan officer up front, and making sure you're interviewing both parties so that way they are working for you and they have creative strategies to get you into your house. And last but not least, make sure that you're being realistic coming into this market. It's not what a lot of people think. Even though there's so much doom and gloom out there, there just isn't a ton of inventory in most markets. And that's why you are still seeing multiple offers, whether it's 3 offers, 10 offers, or the most that we saw in Florida was 60 offers on one house. So if you need some help strategizing on how to get your offer accepted, don't forget, you can hit the description below. There's links to more information and my email address, and I'm happy to chat with you and help you get into your house. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.